Hey everybody. Today I wanted to talk about, I just finally got my copy of the special edition of My Bloody Valentine. This movie has always been in my top 10 favorite slashers of all times. I think partly because it was one of the few movies that I was able to sneak into in the theater and not get kicked out 20 minutes into the movie. Uh, but I just remember it being a very effective thriller. A Canadian production, which I don't hold against it because there was a lot of great horror that came out of Canada, and the quality of Canadian films at that time, especially, sometimes tended that they had higher production qualities than American released or American made horror films because the Canadian government actually helped fund these movies as a way to generate interest in Canada as a filming location, which they did to great success. Nowadays, half of television programs and such are filmed in Canada. Uh, but after seeing the restored version or the extended version of this, where the gore has been um, put back and the kill scenes are now complete, move this up to my top five, possibly even the top two uh, favorite films of all times. Just a great, great movie. The difference that it made is it's invaluable to horror fans and fans of this film in particular. It's just such a great gift that we now have the version of this movie that the production team originally wanted us to have. Um, the infamous scene in the laundromat where Mabel um, is discovered in the dryer, that scene alone is worth the price of admission. It's worth the price of getting this DVD. It's just, you look at the old cut version where you just kind of get a quick, cutaway shot of her as she tumbles out halfway out of the dryer, and you see it now where, I mean, she's actually tumbling around, like her body is tumbling around, and the camera is just right there. It's a very effective scene, and very gruesome in my opinion. Other scenes of note: the opening sequence where the miner um, and the gal are just in the opening sequence, and she's got the heart tattoo on her breast. You actually see the axe. Before, they just kind of gave the suggestion that she was pushed onto like a pickaxe, and it would just cut to her mouth screaming. Now you actually see the axe point raising up through her flesh and breaking through, and it's gruesomely effective. Another one is the nail gun death, and another great restoration was the crazy old man, the barkeep that was kind of the crazy Ralph character in this movie. Then he's setting up the prank to scare the people as they go to the mine to party. His kill, 50 times more effective now that all the effects have been restored. I just really, if you don't have this yet, absolutely, you have to get it now if you're a fan of this film. And even if you're not, if you're just a horror fan, period, you should get a copy of this movie for your collection. Um, it's been my experience, and yours as well probably, that these movies tend to disappear after a while, and then they become impossible to find, or people want too much money to give up their own copies. Um, so I got this one for $1.99 on eBay. Plus, I think it was like $3.48 shipping or something, or $3.99 shipping. So I mean, I got this incredibly cheap. Um, so yeah, the only thing I wish they would have done is they would have used the original artwork on the cover, and that's a big beef of mine with these companies. that are releasing all these great classic horror films on DVD, and then they're putting these adulterated versions of the original poster art on there. They did it with Happy Birthday to Me with that stupid-looking girl with the glowing eyes holding the birthday cake. I mean, that's the worst example of how they butchered these things. But My Bloody Valentine had great poster art, and I mean, this isn't too bad, but it's not original. And I think these companies that are releasing these films have to understand that horror fans are completists, and the artwork is just as important in a lot of cases as the actual film. As a matter of fact, the artwork, the poster art for a lot of these movies were a lot of times better than the movie. I mean, these were the posters that drew us in to see them in the first place. So I think that the original artwork needs to get its recognition as well and be showcased on these releases. I did run across a website a while back, and I don't remember what website it was. It might have been bloodydisgusting.com, or there was some website out there that actually had, where they had remade the inserts for these, but with the original artwork, so that you could actually open the file and print it out on your home color printer and then replace these bad ones. And I wish that I would have taken the time to, well, I'll post that information if I get it, and if those files are even still available. But yeah, that's about it. My Bloody Valentine, my top 2 of all time. Super excited to have it now complete and unadulterated and unchopped. And I'll be bringing more reviews to you as soon as I can. Until then, bye.